Good morning, everybody. It's day 34 of climbing Mount Everest. We've just acclimatized and we're all prepared to push for the summit. So we're starting up the Khumbu Icefall at a nice 1 a.m. tonight. And by the end of the day, we'll reach Camp 2. It's a really long day, but we're going to get closer and closer to that summit. So yeah, enjoy. All right, good morning, everybody. It's day 34. The time has finally come. Here we are in camp for the last time. You can see some distant lights in the Khumbu. Those are people. So it's about 2 a.m. We're heading up. Should summit in around 6 days. So yeah, lighter pack today because we dropped some gear off at Camp 2. I don't have a sleeping bag, so that's all at Camp 2. We'll get up there by the end of the day. It's gonna be like 8 hours, so let's do it. Back in the Khumbu. Sherpa back in the front. Goodbye, base camp. No more base camp. So we're done. Ooh. Big groups out tonight. Yeah, right off the bat, around 2 a.m., a lot of teams were heading out. And we were just kind of pacing. Sherpa is usually going pretty fast, so we were passing up some people on the way in. But, you know, the beginning of the Khumbu Icefall isn't anything crazy. It's mostly flat, and so later on you'll get onto the fixed lines, ladders, etc., etc. So once we got to a place called Crampon Point, it's just this one spot where we always put on our crampons. Well, we threw them on. Now we're latched into the snow. We got the spikes on our feet. We won't slip and fall. But it was around this point where, when I was kind of putting them on, I realized how much people there were going to be in the Icefall today. A lot of teams were going up for their summit push at the same time. You can see all these you can see all these lights, people walking by and everything. So it was going to be a little bit frustrating of a day, it seems, right off the bat, because when you're walking in a huge line, it gets a little bit tedious. So for that same reason, I really didn't record much, and it was also dark. But here we are at what I believe is called the football field. It's a pretty common break spot, but the sun was coming out, so you have Pomori, which is that mountain that's spiking up straight ahead. Nice little spot right here. Got water, got some food in us because we know we have a long day today. It's going to be like around 8 hours, we're thinking, around here, because we're going all the way to Camp 2. So we're going way over Camp 1, right to Camp 2, because it's not worth stopping at Camp 1. We're acclimatized, so we've already gone to Camp 3. We might as well just go to Camp 2. Better for timing and whatnot, so yeah, we're just gonna break here, and then I didn't record much around here and there, but I wasn't feeling the best at this point in time. It is what it is. Early morning, maybe I had something, I don't know, but yeah, we're just gonna continue from here. I got a ladder here. I'm not feeling that great. Really? Sometimes the crampons will get stuck. Oh, the wall. Looking crowded. My hands are cold. At least the sun is almost out. Thought this would feel a lot better being lighter, like 15 pounds lighter, but still feeling it. It's just one of those days. So these are clips from our last time through the Icefall, but really it was just a lot of crossing ladders, a lot of these mini crevasses that you had to actually jump over. But basically, you have 2 ropes on each side, and then you're clipped into one. You have your ascender on the other, so just in case if you do fall, something's going to save you. And it's really just going across these nice and easy, making sure not to make any stupid movements. But yeah, there's probably around 4 of these ladders.
Holy, that line is crazy. Alright, well, I'm not in a rush. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. It's not the easy one.
So a few hours into the Icefall now, coming up on this wall. This is like this giant wall that's very iconic this season. It's really the only part where you have to rappel down when you're coming down, but there were so much people lined up ready to get on this thing. And it's, yeah, I mean, a lot of people need to take their backpacks off, as we're about to see. It just creates a huge bottleneck. A lot of lines wait here because you have to have one person going up, one person doing the backpack, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we were just kind of waiting our turn before heading up here, and the line just continued to build up.
Line, look at that thing.
So eventually we did get over the giant wall, and because that's kind of the final crux, that allowed us to finally exit the Khumbu into Camp 1.
Khumbu Icefall down there. Past Camp 1, on our way to Camp 2 now. There's a lot of things wrong with me right now.
So I had felt kind of weak going through the entire Icefall, which is also why I wasn't recording that much. But as soon as we got in this heat, I started feeling really nauseous, even more weak, just horrible all around, just not myself at all.
Alright, sorry for no update, but basically, we got through the Khumbu Icefall, 5 hours and 20 minutes. Now we just come up from Camp 1. Once again, this is basically Camp 1 to Camp 2. Camp 2's kind of that far away. So we got another 3 hours or something. Like I said, I feel so horrible. But I mean, I don't know, like, because last time we got up the Khumbu in 6:30, and that was with a heavier pack, like 15 more pounds. But I don't know what it is about today. Like I kind of had to go to the bathroom before I was leaving. I decided not to. Now my stomach hurts really bad. We're just going through this crevasses. Let's go. So you can see Camp 2 from here. It's like at those rocks. You can kind of see it. And it looks like it's close, but really it's another couple hours. So this is what mountaineering really is, though. It's not exactly like, well, of course it's not how much you can bench or how strong your leg is in a squat. It's literally just how long you can go through pain. Just like step. Like, there's so much stuff wrong with me right now. I'm just gonna keep stepping. I know I'm gonna make it, but the problem is when you feel like this, you see like your team way ahead of you. You start to get some self-doubt, you know. So everybody has bad days. It's been like the other way. So I don't know. My body's weird. Sometimes first day back, it's a little more rough. But then after that, kind of clocks in. So I don't know, we'll see. But still got a long way to go. This is the progress so far.
So after a few hours of walking through a literal oven, because the sun is reflecting off of every side, it was mostly flat though. But, you know, once we finally did get to Camp 2, I was very slow. Look how slow I am walking. This is the slowest I've ever been this entire time. So I thought there was something wrong with me. I don't know, dehydration. Maybe I picked up something on our rest below, but yeah. Besides that, this is Camp 2. You might have seen it from our last rotation, but we stay in these red tents right here. And this is the most populated camp besides for base camp. A lot of teams will rest here for a few days before going up for their full summit push. We go to the bathroom in that blue tent right there. You don't really want to see what's inside. It got pretty disgusting in there, but yeah. Anyways, that's kind of Camp 2.
All right, we're right outside of camp. Not really as sunny anymore. Genuinely the worst day of my life. I'm not even kidding. There's like one day on Denali that came close to that, but for like 4 hours I was holding back vomit. So anyways, though, no complaining. We're here. We're doing much better now. Kind of just got here, drank a bunch of water. It was really hot out, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a pretty big factor. I don't know if it's the altitude, because I felt fine when I was here last time, but you never know. It could get you in weird ways like that. But yeah, I ate some food, water, etc. Feel much better now. So yeah, basically the plan now, we're at Camp 2. Pretty exciting because we only have 3 more move days, including summit day, until we're on the summit. So tomorrow is going to be a rest day, which I definitely need just to get myself back to 100%. And then we all remember the Loach Safe Face. We'll be heading up that just like on day 25. This time a lot more weight because I'm going to be carrying like all my stuff. It's going to suck because that thing is steep. But the good thing is we'll be on oxygen, which is pretty solid. I don't know what the flow rate will be. Probably like 1 or 2. Summit day obviously is 4. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see how I feel on oxygen. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, we're feeling much better. Did some deep breathing after all that. Took a nap. I never take naps, but today was an exception. So we're doing a lot better now. And after that, we'll go to Camp 3, just like we were, stay there. And then the next day, push up to Camp 4, rest there one day. It's somewhere in there. And then, of course, after a day of rest at Camp 4, we push for the summit. We'll be on oxygen the whole time. So, yeah, that's about it. Anyways, see you all tomorrow. Today was insane. We'll be feeling better tomorrow. So, thanks for watching. See you, everybody.